Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm making a bulk order Singapore noodles. Guys, I have made this before but never in bulk, and the way this came out, I was so proud of myself. It came out so good, so yummy, so tasty. My client review, you will see it at the end of this video. Seriously, they gave me a very banging feedback, and I want to share this with you guys. To achieve this, because this was very early in the morning, so I have to prep all my veggies a day before, which is the night before. So this is me when I was done, everything sliced to perfection, and yes, this is the next morning. I'm so sorry this started like after the first few minutes. I was just recording. I didn't know my phone wasn't placed on recording. So what I've added before the carrots you are seeing is just few piece of onions, my ginger and garlic that I blended. Yeah, the oil I use soya oil, and I added some drops of sesame oil, after which I added the onions. I simmered that for a bit, and I added the blended ginger and garlic. So you know that when you're making anything Chinese, you have to be very generous with your ginger and garlic, because it can go a long way. So that is why you're seeing that my ginger and my garlic was quite a lot. Okay, so go ahead and stir that a bit, and the next thing I did was add my julienne cut carrots. Okay, so after I've added my carrot, I noticed that my oil wasn't enough, and I have already like preheated oil beside me. I always do that when I am very skeptical about the quantity of oil I'm using. So I'll just preheat a bit of oil beside me so I can add if needed. So I've added a bit, and I think that is just perfect. So you can see how clean my carrot was looking. I actually spent my time. I sat down, I was Netflixing, and I just did this carrot and all other veggies to perfection. So you want to stir your carrots. You know, carrot is like the hardest veggies in this recipe. So go ahead and stir it a bit until it's a bit cooked. No, you don't want it to be very cooked, okay? You just want to stir it because you want it to be cooked a bit, okay? And once you're satisfied, the next thing to add is your sausages, also in a julienne cut method, okay? So you're adding your sausages because it is raw. Like, you know, some people eat sausage like this, but no. So you want to add your sausage next, stir, and get that ready. So once that is cooked enough, you want to go ahead and add your roughly cut cabbage. This cabbage in this recipe is a game changer. Don't miss it. It comes out very nice, okay? The look, everything is perfect. So go ahead and add your cabbage. This is just half of the cabbage I bought, so it's not really a lot, and I wished I have added a lot because it came out really nice. So add your cabbage, stir. Now it's time to start adding some of those seasoning, okay? But try to combine your sausage with the rest of the mix. So for seasoning, I'm starting with some oyster sauce. This sauce is like the Maggi of this recipe. It goes a very long way. You know, this is called like Chinese Maggi. This is the one that's changed this meal's taste from 0 to 100. So for this measurement, or for the all pepper I'm making, I would say I use one of this mini bottle. I use a whole bottle, okay? So go ahead and put as much, but for me, I like to taste as I go. So I did a bit, and once I'm mixing my noodles, I add more. That's after tasting how my noodles taste, I will add more. So don't go overboard, just try to put a bit, then later you can always adjust. Okay, this doesn't need to cook too much, so you can adjust even at the end of your cooking. So as you're going, keep stirring. In this process, your sausages, your carrot, everything is still cooking. So that is why you didn't need to cook your cabbage to perfection in the first place. So you all know that this bottle is always very difficult to come out, so you have to shake and all of that. So I was struggling, but yeah, I ended up doing it. So the next thing that will be going into this mixture is our pre-cooked chicken. At this point, you can have pre-cooked beef, you can have pre-cooked shrimps or prawns, but yeah, this is like for a commercial purpose, I'm using chicken. And the reason is because chicken is like a generally accepted protein. Some people don't eat seafood, they don't eat all these shrimps and all of that. So I suggested this to the client and she was happy about it. So this chicken, what I did the previous night, I seasoned it and I didn't marinate it at all. I just seasoned it and I put it in a dry pan. I actually seasoned and added some vegetable oil to seal all of the ingredients in it. Then I put it in a dry pan and I stir fried, so it produces its own liquid and the liquid dried in it, and that was it. I didn't allow it to brown up because I don't want it to look burnt in the noodles. So that's basically what I did with the chicken. I seasoned with some thyme, curry, some seasoning powder and all of that. So that was it with the chicken. So now I'm adding some seasoning powder to my mix, and yeah, once you add anything, just try to mix, combine. Be sure that everything is well combined. I'm sure at this point you can see how colorful and yummy this was. So good, guys. You can see how colorful and yummy this looks. If you want to have any large event, go ahead and try this in your menu. You are going to love it. I would, like I said, I will post the feedback I got from the client. This is like a first-time client. She came all the way from Instagram to contact me, and I was so happy I was able to deliver like very sumptuous meal. Okay, so once you are done with this seasoning cube, go ahead and stir. At this point, I went to get black pepper because I just noticed it wasn't anywhere around me. So drop some of those black pepper depending on the quantity you are making. For this, I just use 1 tablespoon. And yeah, once you add that, go ahead and stir like you should. So let's add more colors to this mixture, which is our bell pepper. I tried my possible best to get all of the colors, which is the red, yellow and green, because I want this to be super colorful, which it did. Okay, so go ahead and add your bell peppers and give that a very good mix. You want everything to be cut in a julienne form so it comes out looking good. Okay, so I've done that and I'm going to stir this to perfection as well before introducing our next item. As a Nigerian that you are, or Africa as a whole, don't make this without adding very hot scotch bonnets. You won't be able to enjoy it as much as when you add this. Okay, add rodo, atarodo, make sure you add it. Add your scotch bonnet. This little one I added, it took this thing to a very different level, and it was so much delicious. I was serving this at a Yoruba people's event, so you can tell me what would have happened if I didn't have add a bit of heat. So I had to grate a bit of heat and added it, and this was my best choice ever. It took this to all of the numbers you can think of. Seriously, don't miss it. Okay, so once you add your pepper, go ahead and stir. So what I did, I had to share this in two because my pan is too small. I'm making 7 packs of noodles, so you can imagine how heavy it's going to be. Okay, so I had to share it in 2 just so I can mix this twice. So this is the first batch. I'm just adding, making sure I'm not putting too much. So I'm adding it to the mixture. Now it's time for the main work, which is to combine these noodles with this. So this is already like a pre-prepared noodles. All I did was add a big pot of water on my stove. I added a bit of vegetable oil and some salt to that water. So when the water came to a boil, I have to turn off my heat. Go ahead and turn off your heat. These noodles cook faster than anything I have ever seen. So turn off your heat, add your packs of noodles. I didn't do this once. I didn't add all of the noodles at once. I added like 3 to 4 packs at once. So add your noodles in that water and stand there. Don't move. Stand there, wait for 2 to 3 minutes and get your noodles out of that water. If you leave it for 5 minutes, trust me, you're not going to get the same texture. It's going to overcook. So go ahead and add it and stand there. Remove immediately, like sieve it out immediately. You can use the same water. If you want to preheat the water again, do that. But you can use the same water and put your remaining noodles. That's if you're making in bulk like I am. So that is how you make your noodles. Boil your water, add vegetable oil and salt, put your noodles, bring it out in 2 to 3 minutes. Nothing more, nothing less. So you want to stir your noodles in a way that you won't end up breaking it. Actually, I use scissors to cut these noodles. It's way long, okay? It's too long. So you want to use scissors to cut them before putting it, like mixing it with your veggies. So along the line, I noticed my veggies wasn't enough and I have enough reserved. So I added more veggies to this batch that I'm mixing. So for the vegetable oil in your noodles water, please don't miss it, okay? If you miss it, your noodles is going to come together. It's going to gum together. But adding that vegetable oil and salt to the water, that is why my noodles is looking like this. So once you bring it out from the water, hold with your picker or whatever and use scissors to cut it a bit, because if it's too long you won't even enjoy it, because how are you going to cope when eating or stirring like this? So cut with scissors and just set it aside to drain out all the water. And that is what I did before proceeding to this stage that I am now. So I'm sorry I did all of that behind cam. I was so busy, like it was a very busy time. I just did what I had to do. I just set this camera here so I won't end up missing any of these steps. So once your noodles is mixed, add your light soy sauce and yeah, just add in bits so you can control it. If you want your noodles to come out in a darker color, use dark soy sauce, but I actually want to maintain these bright colors. That was why I used light soy sauce. So along the line, when you are doing your mixture, just try and taste at interval. At this point, you can add more of the oyster sauce, you can add more of the soy sauce. Those are just like the 2 things you can add at this point. If you notice, I didn't add salt to this, okay? You don't use extra salt like when your mixture is going on. The only area I added salt was in my noodles water. If you add salt, you can just like change all of the taste. What you need is oyster sauce, okay? There's salt, there's seasoning in that sauce. You don't need too much. So once you taste and you're happy with the way it tastes, no need for more seasoning. Go ahead and add the last but not the least of the ingredients, which is spring onions. You can add as much as you have. I don't have a lot. Spring onions is not something I can get easily. So go ahead and add your spring onions. Stir, stir, stir. You are comfortable, it's dry enough. Stir, and that's it, guys. That's it. Your noodles is ready. Remember, this is just one batch of all I'm making, so I'm going to go ahead and make the second batch and you will see the finished results. For me, I still went ahead to add a bit of oyster sauce because it was needed. So just do you, taste as you go, and make sure the taste is good with you, okay? So guys, this is what it looks like. You can see for yourself that it's colorful and this tastes amazing. So if you're wondering how many packs I use, actually my goal was to achieve 30 packs like so, but I used 7 packs of noodles and I had this as extra, which is very fair because I don't like it when I make orders and it's not enough for the client to talk more of having extra. So I always like to go extra, though I wasn't sure of the packs to use, but now I know better. For 30 packs, what I'll need is like 5 packs, okay, or maximum 6, okay, 6 packs of noodles to give me what I will need for 30 packs of Singapore noodles. This client doesn't want extra proteins like on top of it. She just wants it like so, and I delivered. Thank you so much for watching and have a blessed day. Please don't forget to like, comment and share. It will go a long way. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a blessed week.